All right, welcome back to the channel. As we know, Pam Paul, the mother of Jake and Logan Paul, released a book, and she's on George Janko's podcast to promote the book, speak about the book. I don't know what other runs she's done, but her name is not Pamela Paul. What was the book called? No, Pam Stepnick, I think. Stepnick. So this is the book. It's called Fuck the Pauls, written by their mother. January 27, 2026, 5-star rating on Amazon. Strange. So Fuck the Pauls. Strange book. So the reason I've taken an interest in this podcast that she's doing is because earlier in the year we looked at what's the name of this show? Paul American. Paul American, if you recall, was the show where you had an inside look, reality TV style, into the Paul family. And Pam made some accusations against Greg Paul. Hello? She made accusations of domestic abuse, some kind of abuse against the Pauls, against Greg Paul. And we reacted because Jake kind of took those things to heart and felt that his father was abusive somehow. This was the video. So in this video came out when did this video come out? In this video, I dissected those claims. It's a long video.
Okay.
And I'll try my best not to go over it again. But basically, I exposed the way women talk about marriages, when they want to move on, when they just want to, molt into a butterfly and fly away from the marriage. They don't want to be moms, all of a sudden, and they construe or misconstrue every single little thing as abuse. Greg Paul, as you can see, as we've seen, is someone who is a real man, real American, hardworking, blue-collar man. And you saw in this video where he's hunting with his son.
This is the mom.
I mean, there is no bad thing to say about a man who instilled in his children hard work, these family values, these masculine values. And we've seen the kinds of successes that Jake and Logan have become. This would not have been possible if Greg Paul refused to raise his children. And Greg Paul's story is one that needs to be told, and something that men should look to. Let me tell you something. Men are better fathers than women are mothers, on average. Because you, as a man, you are directly from God, and therefore you have the instinct, you have godly instinct to determine what is good, what is best for your children. So if you are engaged in some kind of battle, custody battle with your wife or your girlfriend or whatever over the children, you must do all you can within your power to ensure that that child is raised by you. Because let me tell you something, if you let the woman win, your son is going to become a homosexual, your daughter is going to become a stripper. That's just it. That's just naturally what happens when single women raise boys and girls. So, that said, it's clear that
This is going to probably be crazy to a lot of people listening, but why are we not? Why?
That said, it's clear that, as I said, Greg did a great job with the Pauls. So Pam's problem is with Greg and how masculine Greg is. And of course, women generally have a problem with masculine men. They are attracted to them, but at the same time, they hate them. So, on this podcast, to see how she relates her story to George Janko, who is very, very effeminate, so clearly he will be able to bring out those emotions that he would want to hear for the purpose of his show. George Janko is someone who is very close with the Paul family, certainly with the Paul brothers. He used to co-host Impulsive with Logan Paul. He's had Jake on his show a few times. So he's very close with the family. He tells a very nice story about Jake. reminding himself to be humble. And Jake, I mean, just from his story, Jake is a top class individual. So I want to hear what Pam Paul has to say. It's a 90-minute podcast. We're not watching the whole thing. We just want to get at some of the things that she's saying that she didn't say in Paul American, and we're not buying the book, so we'll figure it out.
This is a juicy book.
It is.
As soon as you look, I'm like,
Well, it's like 200 pages, the book.
dude, this is a juicy
It's not that many pages.
book.
It is.
As soon as you look, I'm like, did you guys go this deep on Impulsive? What?
No. You would have said I'm going to be married to Dr. Stepnick one day.
Wait, wait, hold on. He was your kid's doctor? Did you think I was going to dive
Oh, so she left her husband for their pediatrician. Interesting.
this deep? Because I could tone it back. I just wanted to know.
You know, people can question why I made the choices I made. These are why.
I'm just playing, I don't fight, I don't play. I only go the way of mistake I
Why would you take advantage of that?
Oh, what is this? Please. Jesus.
Investigating who could help me. And nothing worked out. I won't go into all the details of all the people I went through. But I got discouraged. Like, it's not the time. I'll just kind of put it aside. And I suddenly got this email from a girl named Riley Daniel. And she was so, I don't know what the word, just she said the right things. Like, hey, have you ever thought about writing a book? And I thought,
Also, that way, like, if there's something that he wants to express, I don't want to feel like I'm only showing one side of things.
he has said on Logan's Impulsive podcast, the most crazy things. I've just had to live through it, swallow it, and ignore it.
How did you guys start patching back up? Because now you have David.
Yep.
I'm assuming you're happy with David.
Yeah.
And look at this.
You're so cute.
And then
He's so cute.
And then now my children, Jake and Logan, are coming over. This is starting to work out. Did you and Greg were like, hey, let's just stick this out for the kids, let's be mutual? Or was it kind of like when they blew up, you're like, hey, we're got to be a part of this life and let's be cool about it?
Yeah, we never really had a conversation. It was, we mutually had the same goal and thought for our children, meaning we wanted to support both of them. And I feel like, I mean, this is delving very deep into, once Greg ended up in a happy relationship a few years after our divorce, he calmed down. And he
Okay. In Paul American, she alleged that Greg was very, very combative, very, very aggressive, very, very adamant about custody of Jake and Logan. And we see why, because they turned out to be great successes. If they were with Pam, it would have been horrendous. We all know this. Now she's talking about how Greg calmed down once he found the new stepmom, who we see in Paul American, who Logan very stupidly, very effeminately disrespected in regards to his child. But whatever. And the reason I can come up with that Greg calmed down is because he finally had somebody who is chill, who's not going to screw him over. But, you know, how long can you really have that for? Because that's women. It's natural for women to deceive and to betray you. We cover that often in What's Wrong with Women. So let's hear.
started, I think, he was happier, so it calmed him down. And that was really, really helpful for the kids. And even though that relationship didn't work out, I feel like he started to see me, and I want him to tell his truth about that. My perception is he saw my point of view a lot better because he ended up in a very similar situation with this gal. And I think he saw my point of view a little bit better. I could be making that up, but I know he settled down and he was much nicer to me.
Was he like this in the beginning?
Like what?
Like, the way you're describing him is like he mentally abused you.
Oh, yes. He was not like that in the beginning. Nope.
Okay, so she alleges that there was mental abuse. And in Paul American, Greg told his side of the story as to what she was trying to do to the children. And he made sure that he was there to protect Jake and Logan. So let's hear this.
Not at all. We had so much fun. There's two breakdowns here. Was Greg like that in the beginning? Absolutely not. Where he turned and why he started becoming more disrespectful, I have no idea. That's why.
So you see the point. You see the issue. To prove women wrong, you just have to listen to them. Disrespectful. A, this is your husband. Your husband is not supposed to, quote unquote, respect you. And the B part is, when you use words like he was being very disrespectful, it's such an umbrella term. It's so imprecise. It's so clumsy and unwieldy that it invites the listener of the words to impute, to infer, and to imagine exactly what she's talking about. Meaning that she's not telling you anything. She's just asking you to take her side. That's the meaning of saying he was disrespectful, therefore he was mentally abusive. That is the meaning of that. Because what does disrespectful mean in this context? What did he do to you? Did he beat you? No. She admits that he never laid a single hand on her. So where is the mental abuse coming from? Where is the abuse coming from? Where is the disrespect coming from?
Thought he was unhappy. But I think it had to do with responsibility. Do men get scared when they have responsibility in kids? Do they become terrified?
I think every man should. I think a good sense of.
You see that this guy is fucking gay? Like, I don't even want to hear you. I don't, like, bro, we want to hear the guest.
It wasn't like the romance stopped. I did love Greg. Until I realized, that's a whole other story. Until I was like, whoa. I had people coming to me telling me that he was verbally abusive.
Yeah.
And one...
Verbally, how? What did he say? What does verbally abusive mean? Shut up. You're talking too much.
Friend of ours said, we know he treats you like shit. We just thought you were okay with it.
Oh yeah, she said this in Paul American. But what does that mean? He treats you like shit. How?
So you keep hearing these things as you go along and you just start waking up.
Yeah.
I became mature. I had 2 kids. I grew one way and Greg did not. And then he definitely grew into having this horrible attitude towards women, I'll say.
Oh, so are you seeing it now, guys? So he's toxic, the toxic male, toxic masculinity. He has this horrible attitude towards women. You married this man. And let me tell you what happened, just to demystify this. Greg grew up in the Matrix, right? I don't use those words. It's a little bit corny. But he grew up in this establishment, in the established world that you wake up, you work hard, you get a job, find something, have a skill, then you find a woman, you marry her, right? You have children, you start a family. That makes you a man. It makes you responsible when you do those things. He does those things. He works hard, provides for his wife, provides for his family, provides for his children a home, food, shelter. Then he realizes that he has to start dealing with this. There's a demon in the house. There is someone who is constantly qualifying the authority of his existence, qualifying his abilities as a father, his abilities as a husband, someone who is constantly bringing him down. And in self-defense, in defense of his sanity, in defense of his masculinity, in defense of his soul. If you watch my videos, you know what I'm talking about. He has to speak up, speak loudly, speak authoritatively, and in order to ward off these demonic influences, this demonic influence on himself and on his children. When he does those things, they call it mentally, verbally abusive. No, he's rebuking the evil spirit that comes into women who see a man who is doing great. That is what happens. That is natural. When a man is masculine and doing his God-given duty on earth, the woman naturally feels envious and will work and do many scheming things to bring that down. You, as a man, you will hear these things. You may not even pay too much attention to them, but you hear her make snide comments about your accomplishments or qualify the things that you are doing. They may try to say you're not doing it well enough, or that you're not doing enough, you're not doing more. They do these things to qualify and break you down, to break down your masculine spirit. By masculine spirit, I mean your divine spirit. So, she too is now relying on other people said that he's verbally abusive. Other people. You are living with this man the majority of the time. You are living with him. How can these other people come out and qualify you and say that he is verbally abusing you? What are you doing that is causing your husband to say such things to you? That's what I just explained for the past 30 seconds. Women like to do that. They will qualify and denigrate you as a man, especially when you are excelling.
Sorry? Because he was so bitter that I left him. And he would talk very bad, and it was not good. And he was also teaching the kids that kind of behavior.
I don't want to speak too much for Greg because he's not here. It would be okay.
Right.
But from what I'm grasping, you were mentally abused. And then over here on his end, he thinks that you just wanted a better life and you escaped to somebody better.
That's exactly what he said there.
But here's the thing: as a child, that's so damaging to hear.
So
Fuck off, please. What? Address her. This guy is a fucking faggot. Oh God, I'm so sorry. You are on a podcast with a guest, and this guest has levied a heinous allegation against somebody who is not present. You've taken it on board. You've not pushed back in terms of questioning her, cross-examining her on exactly what do you mean by verbal abuse, exactly what do you mean by mental abuse. You don't have the guts. You're always, oh yeah, you've taken it on board. Oh, even though he's not here, yes, you were mentally abused and you went for someone better. How can you make these value judgments? How dare you make these value judgments? Your job is to get to the truth. What happened? Tell us what happened that makes you say that you were mentally abused. Tell us what happened that makes you say you were verbally abused. Then that allegation comes out, and Greg is able to respond on his own platform and say yes or no, that did not happen. And the audience too can make sense. They can come to their own conclusion as to, she said X, Y, and Z happened. Does X, Y, and Z constitute mental abuse? Does X, Y, and Z constitute verbal abuse? That's how to do a show. That's how to get to the truth. But he's just, oh yes, you were mentally abused, you left for someone better. This guy's a faggot.
From both ends of it.
Yes.
From both ends of it. My mom's leaving us to go produce a better life. Like, that kind of makes me feel like my mom abandoned me.
Yeah.
And then my dad
Totally.
bringing a new girl around makes me feel like a woman is replaceable quick.
Right.
So, sorry, this is so uncomfortable because I'm like diving in quick to it. But
This guy's gay, bro. This guy is fucking gay.
I totally knew him. He was a doctor.
are you falling in love with him behind the
I
scenes?
knew David for when I was.
Did you find David before you left, Greg?
I knew David for when I was pregnant with Jake. I totally knew him. He was a doctor.
Are you falling in love with him behind the scenes?
Absolutely not. No. If you would have said I'm going to be married to Dr. Stepnick one day.
Wait, wait, hold on. He was your kid's doctor?
No. He was my dad's doctor.
Got it.
But he was no.
That's even worse, you fucking whore. I'm so sorry. But a family doctor?
Yo,
Wow.
let's call him Greg real quick. No,
No. I didn't look twice at David ever, like in any way like that at all.
So he said you left for 28 days.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Where-
I moved out of the house into our mutually agreed upon rental property. Like we agreed I would move in there.
Yeah. Okay.
Where he got the 29 days was? You're just taking some space. No, I did not go anywhere. Oh, you didn't even go. I left. Yeah. We shared the kids week to week. There was no space in between. Okay. He had 1 week on. I had 1 week on. 1 week on.
Oh man, that was really painful for the children.
1 week on. From the very beginning, he begged me to share parenting. I did not want to.
He begged me. You see how these people talk, bro? You see how these people talk? I hate this. Like, it's pissing me off.
In between. Okay. He had 1 week on. I had 1 week on. 1 week on. 1 week on. From the very beginning, he begged me to share parenting.
He begged a father who provides for his children that you have the guts to go and say, he's begging me. Beg? Are you in? Oh my God in heaven. I'm getting pissed off. Making this video, honestly.
Did not want to. I got trapped in his lawyer's office, being lambasted by he and his lawyer to do shared parenting. Look, everybody does it. And I felt so bad for Greg that I agreed.
Oh my God. I honestly, I don't even want to go any further because this concerns Jake Paul. It's Jake Paul's family. I don't want to go too much into it. But the point I'm making, I think has already been made. I'm not going any further. Women will, as I said, they will find a way to qualify your existence. A father is asserting his right, his God-given parental right to his children. This woman, I don't want to call her any mean words, this woman is coming out to say he begged me. Oh, he falsely imprisoned me in his lawyer's office and begged me, and I felt bad for him, so I agreed. Who are you? It's strange to me the way these people talk. Like the arrogance, the hubris is unfathomable. And as bad as this case may seem, there are 1,000 more worse cases than this. And I just wanted to point this out because I'm not doing the whole 90 minutes. And as I said, we have bigger fish to fry on this channel. We're not going to go too deep into this story until we've read her book. And obviously, we have also a responsibility to hear Greg's side of the story in order to come to a wholesome, full conclusion. But I just wanted to hear this part to show you exactly how women talk, how women think, how women qualify what you're doing. They do everything. They use their words to cut you down. How can you come out and say, he begged me? He begged me for his children. He begged me and I agreed. So this is what women do. They cannot overpower you. They're not stronger than you. You are basically God on earth. Like you are God made flesh on earth as a man. That is what you are. That is who you are. But the woman, because of her inferior position, she will use her mouth. She will say things. Words have power. She will say things to qualify you and to denigrate you. I said that earlier already. And that is just what I wanted to show you. And it occurs at many different levels. From what we know, from watching Paul American, from watching this show with Jake, what we know is that Greg is someone who taught his children good values, good masculine values, hunting, knowing where food comes from, knowing about nature, knowing about camping, knowing things that many children today do not know. So I watched him on Paul American and I could tell that Greg Paul is the last of a dying breed of white, masculine American fathers. That's just the truth. How many fathers do this with their children today? This is such a privilege that Greg is able to provide for his children, despite their humble background. And the lessons you learn in hunting deer and all the other things that Greg showed his children, they stay with you for life and they affect other parts of your personality. These are things a mother cannot do. And you've seen the success that Jake and Logan have been able to attain because of Greg's insistence on being and remaining in his children's lives, despite the evil that the mother was trying to bring into the marriage. Because all these things she's talking about were things that she just woke up and started feeling. She just woke up, I feel abused. I feel mentally something. I feel this, I feel that. Then she goes and sleeps with the family doctor. Okay. And he says, okay, fine, fuck off. I'll raise the children. I'll put values in them. And look at them today, multi-millionaires in each of their own rights. And then you go around writing a book saying, fuck the Pauls. You know, you go out writing a book trying to trash your husband as a toxic male. No, he's not a toxic male. He's a real man. And how many of those do you have in the world today? How many of those? How many men do this today? It's unfortunate. That being said, as I said, I'm not going any further with this interview. I think it's bullshit. I think that she's wrong. Well, so far I have to hear Greg's side, but from the little I know, from what Greg said on Paul American, and from what I've seen, this is just the average American father who wants the best for his children. What's wrong with that? But women want total, absolute control and domination. But let's just hear something as the last word.
Have a choice.
How come I didn't?
Because how come he doesn't have a choice? Like, I know, like, if you didn't want to do that, like, I'm new to this, but like, why do you have the full right to cuss?
Because I was the caretaker mostly. He was working all the time.
And
Okay, I'm done. Leave a like, subscribe, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Apologies to Jake for foul language and Greg. And I'll see you in the next one. Out. Jesus.